Hello there, welcome to another GTFU highlights video. We are finally at the final round. This is the first race of the final round of the season. Hyde and Mike fighting it out with Grandad and Mancy fighting for the third position. We are in the Aston Martins and we are at Circuit de la Salve, known as also the Le Mans 24 hours track. So a long old track. I think we're doing 7 laps rather than the usual half hour. This is race 1, so it's probably going to rain at some point. We've got Bees off down to the first corner in the lead there, followed by championship contender Mike and Hyder behind him. Then there's Grandad as well fighting for 4th place there. So Bees, Mike, Hyder so far. First one's out of the gate. And everyone else bumping and barging in the background to get through behind. There's Dodger in 5th, Mancy in 6th, Johnson in 7th, and then I think it's Tiggs and possibly Wacky at the back there. So they will be fighting to get their way up. Someone is already having a look there. I think that might be Tiggs having a look at Wacky, but couldn't quite see what was going on there. Johnson and Mancy, there's a bit of a battle there, forming up for 5th position. But we are going to concentrate on the championship here, so we can take a little bit of a skip in time. This is Mike trying to slipstream Bees on the long straights here. Very long straights. It's looking a bit misty. That rain is a-coming. So we're going to go on board with Mike for a little bit here. We're going to be, like I say, looking all over the back of Bees into the braking zone of this awkward little, is it called a chicane? Is that a chicane? I suppose it is a chicane in a way. Very, very easy to get a penalty as well around this track. You've got to watch those white lines. Mike getting very close to those lines. Not quite getting past Bees, but I'm sure that will be one that he will be pursuing throughout the race if it doesn't happen in the near future. Hyde there just behind them as well, waiting for a slip up so that he can claim his championship. Mike has definitely, there's a weird little skip there, Mike's definitely looking at Bees around the outside into this second, again I'm going to say chicane, I'm not sure that's what you would call it, but S's maybe. And again, Mike's still not able to do anything. The penalties, easy to get there, watch those lines, they're very much riding the edge of what's acceptable with those lines there. As we see Bees wipers come on, I can't see Mike's on though, so oh no, Mike's are on now, so all the wipers are starting to appear. It may be starting to drizzle a little bit, which will be a huge relief to Bees because he has got intermediate tyres on. Not sure what tyres Mike's got on. Some people are obviously taking the gamble to start on the inters. Don't know if anyone took the gamble and started on the slicks, but we'll see Mike getting a little bit sideways there coming out of that corner. So Hyde is now all over the back of Bees because Hyde is going to want to stay as in touch with Mike as he possibly can. Bees is definitely one who could have been in contention for this championship, but foolishly decided to throw it all away and go on holiday for a week or so. So blazing down the back straight now, Bees trying to reclaim the lead and actually manages to do it. And Hyde is going to sneak past as well there. No, not quite, not able to get quite around the outside. Still looking though. That'll be the inside for the next corner. Mike trying to blind everyone with his headlights. Not really working though. And the rain is properly coming down now. Still can't see any moisture on the actual track though. So a few penalties further back. What's that there? Tiggs with a half second, Wacky with a half second. I think, I'm not sure if it was Mancy had one as well. So people are, no it wasn't Mancy, I don't know who it was, but people are really picking up the penalties there. Including whoever that was. Johnson with a 1.5-second penalty. This is a replay. So, oh dear, just a little bit slippy on the curbs there. That gets him a 3-second penalty and a nose into the wall. And the humiliation of having it highlighted by me. You're welcome. Right then, we're back to the front. So Bees still holding out the front there, and Hyde still trying to find a way past Mike, so no movement as of yet in this championship battle. Bees really hoping to mess with the championship. Now the question is, who's going to call the strategy right? Who's going to go in at the right time to get the intermediate tyres on? I can see that Mike is actually on the medium tyres, so things will start to get a little slippy there, but he's going to slip past Bees easy enough. Into the Porsche curves, is he? No, he is not. In fact, miscalled that one, did I not? Woof, B's running wide. Mike trying to keep it tight, just trying to find any bit of grip that he can. Like I say, he's on the slicks. Bees is going to be desperately hoping that rain is going to start falling heavier so he can make use of his inters. Right, is anyone going to gamble on the rain getting heavy this lap? Anyone like Mike? I'm not sure what tyre Hyde is on yet, but I'm guessing it's the mediums, perhaps. So Mike's not going to go in there. No, I think he thought about it by the look of it, but not quite. Just making his way past Bees into the lead of the race. And excuse me, I'm about to cough. Another easy place to get penalties around there at the back, as Bees has just demonstrated as I say it. Got himself a 1 second penalty. This might leave the two championship lads out fighting amongst themselves. So Bees not fighting that too hard, or is he? No, Hyde's going to take that up the inside and he's going to get on his way and try and hunt Mike down to maximise his points for the championship. Yeah, no point Bees fighting that with a 1 second penalty. We do have a battle going on here though. This is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and indeed 8th just rising over the hill there. So Dodger leading this pack. Wacky with a penalty behind him trying to find a way around. I think he might actually... Has he got around the outside there? He's trying his best. Mancy's trying to take advantage of Wacky being stuck on the outside and sneak up the inside. We didn't see how that one resolved, but we can see now that Dodger is in 4th, Mancy is in 5th, and Mancy's got the inside line. So Mancy slipping into 4th, and Dodger dropping down to 5th. And there's Grandad. I said he's got his nose in the championship as well, so Hill will be hoping to get up there and cement his 3rd place. The other person, unfortunately, who's in that battle is Mancy. Unfortunately for Grandad, this is. Mancy is currently 4th. But Dodger is hoping to take that away from him as they are nose to nose. Or nose to nose, that's not the right expression, is it? Nose. They are equal down the track. In fact, it's there's only 2 behind as well. That's Tiggs and Grandad also equally space there, so nothing to call between them at this point. Mancy going very wide on the exit. That was a little bit scruffy from everyone there by the look of it, but Mancy surely going to pick up a penalty there for that one. Perhaps not then. Okay, maybe put the brakes on a little bit here. So now we've got Bees in 3rd, and the rain has stopped, which is very bad news for Bees. That's Hyde in 2nd, and I think that was Mike. That was Mike coming into the pits. So Mike gambling that the rain is going to fall heavily. I'm guessing he's going to put inters on because there's nothing wrong with his mediums for the minute. That's going to put Hyde into 1st place, but Hyde is also on the mediums, so we're going to have to see how this pans out for him, and he's going to be doing a non-rain dance, hoping the rain will stay away. And Wacky also in the pits there as well, so Wacky thinking that the rain is going to increase. So this is a waiting game now. We just have to see how this one is going to play out. But yes, Hyde leading the race and the championship at the moment. We're going to take a little skip on in time, and you can see that the rain is a lot heavier now. This is Dodger. Dodger is on the inters, and he's now behind Grandad, so Grandad has made some progress, but Dodger is going to try and take that progress away from him down the straight into chicane. Mancy there, who is Grandad's championship rival, just ahead. Oh, and Mancy takes it wide, and he pretty much stops to avoid a penalty, so that's not going to help his... Grandad will be pleased to see that anyway, but that's not going to help Mancy's championship fight there. So Dodger currently holding that podium position. He's in 3rd place in the race, so nice racing Dodger so far. Nice livery as well. I like the Grim Reaper motif on the side, and look at the rain now. It is absolutely pissing it down. Hyde is still on the slicks there, so let's see how much Hyde is struggling. So his fastest lap was a 4:29. Let's see if he how far off that is going to be. Quite a lot, I would assume. Yes, look, brakes very early, pretty much stopped before turning it into the corner. Still went a little bit wide, so undoubtedly struggling. And B's in the background there with a half-second penalty as well. Almost looks like snow, doesn't it, that rain? But it's not, it is rain. So surely Hyde will be coming in this. We've seen him stay out on the mediums for a full race, but this is probably too much to take that risk at this moment. So he's had a good championship as Hyde. He's been fighting every round pretty much with Mike. I wonder if Bees is going to get past him. Of course, Hyde hasn't got the correct tyres on, so Bees on his inters is sailing past. Bees inters are looking a little bit worn though, so that's definitely one that we're going to keep an eye on there. And let's watch. Hyde is surely going to be coming into the pits now. Can't remember, the pits are around here somewhere, I'm sure he'll find them. He's got Dodger and Grandad sneaking up behind him. He's got a half-second penalty, and he's going to swap it around nose to tail, clip the wall, hit the sign, and into the pits. That is a stylish pit entry. In fact, it won an award recently. If you check out my YouTube channel, there's a short video of that very thing with some dramatic music. So that is Hyde's pit stop. He'll be glad to get rid of those tyres. We've got Tiggs at the minute on the inters, but dropping down into 7th, and Mike on his inters. We're going to keep an eye on Mike and see where he comes out in comparison to Hyde. It's quite a long pit stop here. Mike actually struggling on those inters, really sliding it around there. So, and he's picked himself up a penalty. Is that going to affect him? Let's see, where is Hyde? Is Hyde still in the pits? According to the tower on the side, Hyde, and Mike has passed him. And there is no sign of Hyde coming out of the pits just yet, although he's got a full tank of fuel. Still got his medium tyres on, so I'm guessing that didn't work out for Hyde. Well, it didn't work out for Hyde, but yes, we saw it right there. So now Bees, VR2 Bees in the lead. Dodger in 2nd for now, so Dodger on the intermediates in 2nd. Doing a really good job of this one. Grandad we've got in 3rd, also on the inters. Carrying a penalty, but his main championship rival is just behind him in 4th. I say just behind him, looks like quite a long way behind him. There he is, Manthey, going wide again at that same corner. Really needs to adjust his braking point for that one and slowing down, presumably to avoid the penalty. Mike in 5th, now he's got the right tyres on. He's going to have a fight on his hands to get back up. Luckily for him, Hyder has also made the same dodgy tyre choices, in fact worse so, because Mike came in early enough. Hyde has really dropped off the back of that one, but there is no one in between them, so the points aren't going to be massively different. And Hyde also carrying a penalty. At 7th we've got Mr. Wacky, host of all the races. So yes, there's Wacky in 7th. I haven't really got a lot more to say about that one. Tiggs with his nice yellow headlights there in 8th, and Johnson currently in the pits in 9th. That's our mid-race countdown. But we should probably get back to the championship battle at some point. It's a nice livery that Tiggs, a Rolex livery, I like it. Classic British Racing green, I think that's called as well. Very nice indeed. Look at the spray coming off this thing, and Tiggs is going to go wide into there, through a big puddle, knocked a wobbly cone. And then we've got Johnson coming out of the pits, having changed his tyres to full wets. So Johnson's gone full wets, and he's got a 1.5 second penalty. So not really panning out for Johnson. We'll see how those full wets do, but it actually looks like the rain's stopping a bit. So we'll take a little bit of a skip on in time. We're now on lap 5. Dodger still hanging on to that second. Grandad right up his chuff though, hoping to take that off him. Let's see if there's anything to be done. Actually, there's no sign of Grandad on that shot. It's not as close as it looked from the long shot. So I imagine that is going to stay the same, although Dodger taking the Mansi line there, but actually managing to get it done. But that has put Grandad in a better position to catch him, and maybe squeeze past into this second series of chicanes. Is that going to happen, or is it not? And I don't think we're going to find out. We are not, so I'm guessing it didn't happen, otherwise I would have stayed on that shot. So Wacky in 7th. Now then, what was my reason for showing Wacky at this point? Does he make a mistake, or did I just want to talk about him a little bit? Probably wanted to talk about him, but I can't remember what I was going to say now, so ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wacky, host of the series. So battle for second position is still going on there. B's way out in first. Doing a fine job of it. Grandad has a half-second penalty though. So is he going to lose that place to Dodger? He might even lose it before the penalty. He does indeed. So it's Dodger up in second now and chasing down Bees. You can see Bees having a small challenge on his hands round here. That's Dodger sliding a little bit on the exit. I don't think that's going to affect him too much, especially with Grandad having the penalty. That should all work out fine and dandy. On to the penultimate lap now. Bees still in first. Dodger's pulled out a nice gap on Grandad, and Mancy is coming for Grandad, so we'll see. And there's Mike working his way up to that battle as well. Hyde in sixth. Hoping that Mike isn't going to get too far up the pack there, but Mike wearing his normal red hat there. He's got himself a second penalty. We're on the final lap now, so Mike, just be really careful, but he is going to desperately try and get past Mancy, but Mancy's got his own battle to fight. He's fighting with Grandad in the championship for the final podium position, so there will be no ground given here from any quarter. And like I say, especially with Mike having that 1.5 second penalty, he's going to have to really get past Mancy, get well ahead and hold on to it, which he's going to certainly try and do, but whether he will or not is yet to be seen. He just basically wants to put as many people between himself and Hyder as he can, and go and win that championship for Leeds. Go on, lad. So he's got past Mancy nicely there, and we've got a little cartoon transfer like that. And we've transferred. Mike is now in third, and this is Bees and Dodger fighting. So Dodger is caught right up to Bees, and they are side by side all the way through. But yeah, Bees getting the best of that one. Dodger decides to jump into the slipstream and try and out-drag him here with a little boost from the slip. Is that going to work for him? So this race, this is the final lap, and look at that shot. That's a great shot, and it's straight down the middle. We've got Mike behind them in third there with that 1.5 second penalty, though. That's worth bearing in mind. He's going to have to pull out some ground on those two behind him, which doesn't look like they're letting him do. So that might be Mike dropping a couple of places at the end. Bees back into first, and then Dodger into first. This is a great little battle for the front here. I don't know how relevant it is to the championship, but it'd be nice to see Dodger have a win. And Mike is about to serve his penalty, so we're going to see how that works out for Mike as well on this final lap. So there's the penalty zone where the two yellow boards are. Mike pulls out of the way off the racing line, serves his penalty. That is going to drop him behind Grandad and behind Mancy, so unless he can do anything special here, that is Mike 5th and Hyde 6th, the two championship leaders. But we're not too interested in that right now. We're more interested in Dodger and Bees out the front here. So go on, Dodger. Oh, and Dodger takes it onto the gravel. Talk about the commentator's curse. I do apologise for that. That's a real shame. So that's going to hand it to Bees with no issues whatsoever. Bees, Dodger, Grandad, Mancy, and then Mike 6th, Hyde 7th. And we're going to cut to the leader. Well fought, Bees. He held in there. And that is Bees safely over the line to claim his victory. Followed by Grandad, which is going to do his championship some good because he's got Dodger between him and Mancy. Well done, Dodger in third. Mike in 5th. Good job beating Hyde. Hyde in 6th. So Hyde's going to have to win the next race, I think, to get the championship. Or not win the next race, but beat Mike by a decent margin. Wacky rolling home in 7th, bouncing around on the curbs. Johnson in 8th. Shame about the tyre choices he made. He's messed up his race. And there's Tiggs in 9th. Thank you very much for watching. Do please leave a comment. You know, because I get the same couple of people commenting every time, and I enjoy seeing the comments, so it's always nice if you just leave me a hello. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you for the final race of the season coming very soon on GTFU Racing.